Hello, today I'm going to be presenting my midterm individual contribution. This is by Terry Phillips, myself. So, my first user story is as a user, I want to see the playlist details so that I can see the songs that are playing and I can remove songs that I have added. So, here on the right side, we have our class diagram. Let's start from the left and then we'll work right. So on the left we have our session. This is going to be composed of a session ID. It's going to have an array of users and it's going to have one queue. So the user is going to have a user ID. They have operations such as search track. They're able to search songs, add track, and remove track from the database. Here, one user can make many Spotify API requests, so they'll insert a track name or artist or both. We'll use the Spotify API. The Spotify API will turn back a range of 0 to 10 tracks. Out of these 0 to 10 tracks, we'll have an artist name, album image URL, album name, track name, and track ID. The user will make one selection out of here. From that selection, they'll add that track to the database. Once we get down to the queue, we have db get queue. So this is going to get the queue for the current session. Here we have an array actually. Here, this attribute here is an array. This will have your information for each track as so. Also, it'll have the user ID associated with that ad. That way, when we look at it on the view side, we'll have the ability to only remove the songs that you've added to the queue. And that pretty much sums up this user story. So moving on to the next user story. As a user, I want to see other users in the session so that I can see who's in the session. So each session, like I said earlier, will have a array of users. Each user will have a user ID, so we're able to pull that information from the session of who is in the session at the moment. And if someone leaves the session, they'll have to get popped from the session class itself. And that is how we have implemented our viewing the queue session.